Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before. Imagine tuning in to real-time discussions, expert analyses, and fan interactions all at your fingertips. Each platform offers a unique experience, whether you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch. We're not just sharing stories, we're creating a community of passionate sports enthusiasts. Join us as we dive deep into the evolution of podcasting, where every episode is a chance to engage, debate, and celebrate the world of sports. This is where your voice matters and the game never stops. Welcome to the Huddle Sports Network, where we're breaking boundaries and redefining podcasting. Broadcasting live on 6 different platforms, we're bringing you the latest in sports like never before, where sports passion meets podcasting brilliance. I'm Mike, the Bear fan, and alongside Bill, the Packer fan, and our buddy Ken Catalone, we're bringing you an incredible lineup of 38 diverse podcasters. Each one brings their unique flavor to the table, covering everything from game analysis to behind-the-scenes stories. Imagine diving deep into the minds of experts who live and breathe football, sharing insights that you won't find anywhere else.
Show us here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Kneecap Bodies by Jeremy Campbell.
Good afternoon. Yes, it's dimly lit. I have some lighting issues going on. May have to get some new lights in here for the show. But other than that, I'm here, ready to talk some football. How's everybody doing this Wednesday? I'm ecstatic. David Montgomery's fine. Kevin Zeitler, no issues. Terrion Arnold, it's a foot bruise. All are expected to play next week. I think that's all great news. There's the music. Paul Jones in the house. You notice I say that like Mike Jones. But that's the big thing I saw. Yeah, last night's show was a long one because we had somebody pop in. That was Jay Uso, our Eagles guy that came in and commented yesterday. So he will be on the NFL Roundtable Talk tonight. So that's a good thing. Other than that, there isn't a lot out there. I mean, the Jaguars tried to get an interview. So did a few other teams with Ben Johnson. He's only taking 2 so far. Haven't seen anything confirmed he's taken one from anybody else yet. Yes, let's fucking go. Thank you, Moonscar. Besides, the darker it is, the less likely you get to see this ugly face that's made for radio. All right, that's done. Let's see what else we got out here in the world. And I'm not gonna fib with you. I've been sleeping and enjoying it. Well, thank you. I'm gonna go see what else I was sent today, if there was anything. Didn't say anything really bad, but Pat O'Connor is that all he really said is we'll know more when we practice. My question is, does AG want to coach Nola after all the cap players and the whole mess over there? That's what I don't know. That's why he might be better off to stay with the Jets, but they're going to have their own cap hell issues. And Dan Campbell's been up front when somebody's had a season-ending injury. That's why he doesn't think that Pat O'Connor is that majorly injured. So that handles that part of it. Now let me see what else I can find. They're supposed to be in within the next week, Moonstar, and I'll be getting those in. No problem. And so far, I got 2 more weeks to go to add up. Like I said, I'll have it done by tonight. But it's looking like it's between Will and Moonscar. That'd be my guess. My totals on the regular season is I went 166, 72. And that's when I get to order it. So, a week to two to get it after that, Moonstar. Oh, yeah. He, but at the same time, it when do it depends on when their deal was done and if it's fully guaranteed. I think Cars was fully guaranteed, so I don't think they have much cap room to move with him. Kamara, on the other hand, I believe he's going into the last year of his last extension he was in, so there's room to move there. I'll look all that up and we'll get into it. But every year that they've kicked the can down the road, they've managed to lower it a little bit each year at the same time. So they're dealing with less every year, but they're also still dealing with being able to get less every year. Okay, the teams with the most will be Patriots, Raiders, Commanders, Cardinals, Bears. And that's when you get into 80. Vikings, Chargers, Packers, Lions, and that's without rolling over any money. So if you go up and you deal with the teams, That's without the rollover from last season. And we are only going into next year with $6.6 million in dead cap money. I was looking at the pass catches fired. The names that shocked me was Urban Meyer, Chip Kelly, and Jim Consola. Yeah. My total here at work for the whole season is 193, but I'm in third. Two people tied for first at 197. But we are going through the Super Bowl. 2 games we count for 2 points now. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's a good record there, buddy. I'm quite sure. I think mine was because I lost a couple sheets. Didn't happen. So I'm not going to guess at what I had. Yeah, the 2026 year is the one that has me concerned. 31 on the roster and 22 million total. But we got 60 million. I'm going to go to the other one. What is it? I know the regular season's over, but they could at least show us. There we go. Yeah, we still have 23 million left. They've requested 8 coaches to interview for the Jags job because technically, it doesn't matter if you're in or out of the playoffs. The season's not done. What's weird is our reserve roster has 41 million, and but that doesn't count against the actual cap space. The reserve roster doesn't count towards the 51. Dead cap, 39 million. That counts directly towards it. Wow, talking about nailing it on the head. I said we had about 16 left on the IR. It's 16 on. But a couple of these are on here that were waived due to medical reasons because they still had guaranteed money on the book. Nitain Mukai, Michael Badgley, John Kaminsky. I don't know if we medically waived him. I'm looking to see who we got dead money on from this year. Charles Harris, Graham Glasgow, we still got, even though we re-signed him because he was on a futures contract from Denver, we still eat that. Parker Hess, who we got rid of. Brandon Joseph, Lauren Strickland, James Houston, Teddy Bridgewater. We still got dead book money on the book from him, even though he resigned with him. Isaiah Buggs, who's sitting in jail. That shouldn't count. That should be removed. Nate Suckfeld, Quan Alexander, David Long, KingsleyEgyakun, Isaiah Thomas, Draycon Smith, Tom Kennedy that we just cut. Almost everybody. The biggest hit though is Tracy Walker. Yep, and I think LaFleur might be out of a job if they lose to Sirianni. I think quietly the brass in Green Bay is probably getting tired of not winning. So let's say they roll that over. Let's say we don't sign anybody, and you roll that 23.6 million over to 25. Yeah, that's going to take us to 70 million. They already did it. They already did the calculation. So according to this, when you roll it over and then take off the 6 million in dead cap, we're going to have 70 million total. I love the fact that Spot Track does that. But they're not always accurate on the individual stuff. Is why I like over the cap better, because they do better at the individual breakdown of the contract. That's why you can't just look at one and go, "Oh yeah, that's what it'll be." Well, yeah, you can say that's funny, but that's what he's supposed to say as a coach. He's supposed to be confident. He's supposed to know. So that with that being said, there's about 6 requests by the Raiders. There's about 8 requests by the Jag. There's 8 requests by the Jets. There's 7 or 8 for the Bears. There's 4 or 5 for the Patriots because they don't go through a lot at this time of year because they know that some teams just don't want to let people do it. And sometimes when you're a former playoff team, you don't want to bother with everybody that's available. I think the Patriots are the biggest threat to get Ben Johnson from us. Good morning, Joey. Good job last night, Joey. That was fun. Talking on the Sports Coin open mic. Armani Dents. Hello. What a great time. I would be talking normally about a little bit of stats for who the Lions facing, but we got the second bye week of the year the only way you can while it's set up for right now. Oh yeah, that was a lot of fun. But tonight we're going to be specifically breaking down the playoffs. Packers at Eagles, Washington at Bucks, Minnesota at Rams. Do the Rams recover after the beatdown they got in Detroit? That was a mental and physical breakdown of that team. No, it's the second year there, and they improved their record. They damn near got the division. And I guess that Raiders just put in a request to talk to Bill Belichick of all people. Is Bill Belichick going to leave the University of North Carolina, where he has his son set up to be the successor for him in University of North Carolina, and ruin? Yeah, Detroit Lions are 15-2. Orlando, you keep talking about the injuries, and I'm going to say they keep overcoming it. So poo poo on that. Right. He just committed to North Carolina. He has it in his contract that when he retires, his son takes over as head coach. It literally says when I retire. So why would he leave North Carolina to go to a dumpster fire? I understand Tom Brady's his friend, but Tom Brady and Bill Belichick also said some bad shit about each other when they were on the opposite side of the spectrum. And I don't know if Bill would be able to handle working under Tom's ego. Oh, 100% he was the difference. And I said he would be. Hey, everybody poo pooed on me saying I didn't know what I was talking about. 15% difference in red zone touchdown prevention. That's huge. It's huge. It's like really huge. Imagine if Bill agreed to coach the Cowboy. That would be a daily soap opera. The reason why he wouldn't was Jerry Jones. If I remember right, his exact words was "fuck no" and hung up the phone. And I think Goff was the only injury that we couldn't withstand to take this year. I'll say it again. Yeah, Spielman's always going to be up there in my all-time greatest defenders for the Lions. I mean, you're talking about a guy that just did it. Now, with how badly the Darnold shit the bed, are the Vikings in trouble? I said they are. He actually looked worse in this game than he looked in our first game when we beat them. I don't I don't know if he recovers from it mentally. And the Rams are a hot, as hot a team as they were right now. Oh yes, Branch and Kirby has great chemistry. And if you listen to all the haterade across the north, you know they're the two dirtiest players at safety in the league. And come on, I'm going to say this out here. You can say that the hits are dirty or not, but if they were dirty, how many times Kirby would have been fined over the past 3 years? And he's had one fine. And that was for tossing the ball at Aaron Rodgers that he caught on an interception, where he was touched down and he didn't know it. I'll give kudos to Harrison Smith. He was in the right position, was able to make a great game. Spielman was fantastic. Angelo also great, especially next to Campbell. I think Campbell improved because of being next to Angelo. Because Angelo's been good all 3 years he's been here. I'm not taking anything away from Alex Angelo. His first year, 2021, that was dog shit. I agree too, Armani. Yeah, we got duos. Just think one. Man, I'm excited with how Aiden Hutchinson looked, the videos of him running. Oh, I'm excited. I think he's closer than anyone thinks. The way he was bouncing around and jumping on the sidelines and hooping and hollering when people were making good plays on defense. Man, I'm sorry, but my offensive player of the year due to the 20 touchdowns, and there isn't a wide receiver or running back close to that, it's Jameer Gibbs. That's my offensive player of the year. Oh, I know that's what they keep saying. I'm just saying what they say. I'm talking about the fans of other teams, what they're saying. Oh, he always hits the head and shoulders, and Branch is always going at the knees. The best thing that came out of Sunday is we did it again. We skull fucked the Vikings. Yeah, he did have an All-Pro year, and I want to remind everybody: Gibbs didn't break the NFL record for touchdowns in the season. He broke the franchise record for touchdowns in the season. I've seen some false narratives by other people. I don't think FTP gets past the Eagles. I think it's going to be very hard with Christian Watson out for the year. And Caleb has the confidence, well. Oh, Fred. There you go. That's what skull means. I'm doing great, Pat, other than the fact my lighting doesn't want to work irritating. Right. I mean, Swift was good for you guys, but it was more a product that your O line was better than most of the years he was here in Detroit. I don't think the Lions are gonna lion. If Lions were gonna lion Michael Marsh, wouldn't it have happened this year instead of winning more games with more injuries? Oh, St. Brown's amazing. I think our player of the year 100% is Jameer Gibbs, and Goff is there at second. Yeah, I know. Skull is an old chant, kind of like goal. I go. Yeah, I know. But yes, here's Caleb right after Thanksgiving. I hate that people are shitting on Jameson Williams. Say, "Oh, he needs to leave. He's too washed up." Yeah, it's stupid. 1,000 yards, 1,000 yards in 15 games. So he did 1,000 yards in less than the games that we played when people said 1,000 yards mattered more. And I always said 1,000 yards matters less now, unless you're doing it in less games. Irritating. LOL, there she goes. Would it be funny if Ben Johnson just tells them, just tells the Bears when he gets there, the McCaskies and the Warren. I know what it is, Dad. We're just being funny about the skull stuff. Look ahead. What free agents am I after this year? As bad as he's played, I think we need to replace our left guard. I think Zeitler is going to retire. You guys can all say, "Oh, he likes playing here and everything else." He came here on one mission, and that's to get another ring. Decker's not a free agent. Where'd you get Decker's a free agent? He's under contract this year and next year. Next year is this year coming up and the year after that. I was watching Ken and Ken in the morning. They were mentioning what if Sean McDermott loses his job if he loses the Broncos? That's a good one. JJ Jr. I'd sit Gibbs for Rocky. Oh, Jesus. KC versus Detroit Lions. I think that's what we're going to end up seeing. Yeah, the 2026-27 year is his void year. Yeah, exactly. I think I know who that is. Who are our big free agents at the end? Now, that's a question I might be able to figure out. know we got quite a few. Okay, so we got that left. Looks like Craig Reynolds, Dan Skipper, Ben Neiman, Coyote Awasika, Trevor Nowaski's a 1-year deal. Not Decker. You know it's not Sewell. He's in the last year of his rookie contract. Next year is his 5th-year option. Was the Meek a 2-year deal or a 1-year deal? I know Mosley's gone. Levi's in the last year of a deal. Ifeatu Melifonwu, Derek Barnes, Craig Reynolds, Dan Skipper, I said that. We extended Bates already, so he's not going anywhere. And all those practice squad nobodies. And Zeitler. But I think Mahogany's built to step right in because when they did the PFF grades, they said our highest rated Lion was Mahogany. Next year is the 4th year for Aiden Hudson, Jamison Williams, Josh Pascal, and a few others. I don't know if we bring Carlton Davis back because yes, he played better at the end of the season, but look how his season started. I think both Barnes, Iffy and Barnes we're going to bring back, but they'll be on vet minimum contract. Skip will probably sign here for life. That guy loves it here. Ever since he's been here, that guy has gone nowhere. He's been through 2 of the coaching regimes. Yeah, I was to say, I knew it was at least this year and next year that he was under contract. This year coming up and the one after it. So I know I thought we just redid Decker in 2023. We extended him, if I remember right. And that was the same year we extended Frank Ragnow. I think he's here till 2028 or 2029 as well. Our core group is here for at least the next 3-4 years together. Sewell's here the next 5 because his 4-year extension doesn't start till after his 5th-year option, and that's exactly what we're going to do with Aiden Hutchinson and Jamison Williams. We're going to pick up their 5th-year option, and that gives us the whole off season to work on their contract. It's not going to take that long, but they don't have to re-up them right away with everybody else. They can get all the other deals done. I told you guys all he was when we got him. He used to play outside a lot for Oakland. He had big, always had big games versus certain people, and JJ was one of them. I doubt we do wait that long on Hutch. The longer you wait, the more that money is going to go up. I actually think they'd be smarter to do it right away, and you might get them at a little lesser cost than waiting. You know, once an injury happens, that number for being up high lowers. Fred, if you wait and he's playing lights out, you're going to pay more. We've seen that before with them doing that, or they hold out. And I'm not saying Hutch would ever hold out. There's always that possibility. I don't think we'll ever have a holdout here in Detroit again, like we did with Snacks Harrison or Darius Slay and everything else while they waited for their money. See, you're on board with me, right? You give them the extension right away, and that lowers it to in that 25 to $30 million range instead of that 30 plus. And that's the same year we got Sewell. Remember, all those guys are extended till 2029 or 2030. It, it was a 4 year, yeah, 4 year extension. So, and that it was 5 if you included this year because we reworked Goff's contract this year. So we got him for the 25-26. We got him for 26-27. We got him for 27-28 and 28-29. Yeah, and it's how the smart teams do it. You give them their 5th year option. Exactly, Jim. And that's what I think they're going to do. But at the same time, the 2026 year, the actual 26-27 year, that year, that's a rough year for the Lions cap wise. Because that's the first year the balloon payment for Goff comes in. And I'm going to tell you now, the only way Goff gets restructured is we've gone to and won a Super Bowl. I've said that. It's the way this contract is structured that gives a certain QB no one wants to talk about 3 years to develop before he ever has to play as a starter. Right. Hey, it all depends on that Super Bowl. I've said as soon as the contract came out, and I'm going to stand by it, that that's exactly what that contract was because they lowered the amount of money he was making this year. He was supposed to make 32. It went down to 27. He makes 32 the second year, and it balloons to 69 million, and it stays above 60 million the next year. Yeah, Holmes does love his guys, but he also knows it's a business and things can happen. People can fall off, injuries and everything else. That's why he structures the contracts the way he does. Give him a boatload of signing bonus and money up front and guaranteed money and stretch it all to the back half. I love the fact that Calvin Johnson's back working with the Lions again. Seeing him on the field all the time now. Amen, Joey Uso. Um, that report came out over 2 hours ago. He reached out to him and asking him that. But I have a quick question, Ricky Sakat. Why would Belichick leave University of North Carolina and ruin the chances of his son's future there as a coach? Broski Bear, welcome in, buddy. Yeah, Los Angeles is burning. There's a chance that they'll have to move the wild card game to Vegas, which will turn it into a neutral site, is what I'm hearing. And that sucks. Just changing your travel time because this is an emergency and changing your travel times and stuff like that. I don't know why they just wouldn't take it north to San Francisco. That's what I do. Much closer. You're already going there. For have the NFL provide a shuttle car from the airport to the hotels in San Francisco. It makes sense to me. I think it's funny that Brady's even reaching out to him now. Right. Well, the Vikings won't be there yet. They don't fly out till Friday. I think it's Friday night, Saturday morning. But remember, they are in a dome, but they're already talking about moving it. Get out of here, loser! Just kidding. Howdy, Browski Bear. Moon Scar. I just don't think Belichick will leave North Carolina and ruin the chances of his son's coaching career. About Donald, you talking about Aaron Donald or about Sam Darnold? Donald Schwarzenegger. Pretty soon we're gonna get the All Pro vote in. Oh, Sam Darnold. Okay. Oh goodness, I don't think that would be a good idea. I think Mark Davis might revoke Tom Brady's partial ownership if he gets Josh McDaniels back in the building. And that's what I said, Broski. I don't think he's leaving because he literally has his son set up for the future. That's irritating. Hmm. Yeah, I know they are. Probably a 48. I'm guessing it was a 48. I didn't look at the Viking scores, but I can look at it for you. 18 of 41. That's not good. So the top three was Jameer Gibbs, Jack Campbell, and Jonathan Grenard. Well, the chance, not really. Um, because until it happens, I'm not worried about it. I'm really not. Until I see exactly what happens. Good. I'm glad to hear that that got paid. What are the chances Derek Carr goes back to Oakland if he loses his job in Nolan? I think they'd love him back in there than Oakland. I think the biggest problem there was Josh McDaniels, and they just tried to reboot everything. And I thought that was a mistake when they did it. Oh, Oakland has a team. It's just not a very good one. So, for the last time this year, I get to do this. Are we ready? In last place, 5-12, 1-5 in the division. Fuck the Bears. At 11-6, 1-5 in the division. F T P. 14-3, 4-2 in the division. Because the Lions skull fucked them. It's the Vikings. 15-2 in back-to-back NFC North Division champions with a 6-0 divisional record in the diamond sweep of the division. Back-to-back. Number 1 seed in the NFL. The Detroit motherfucking Lions. Oh, I know. Good thing, Brent. The skull fuck one. I know you love that. Everybody loves that one. That's a dope picture. And last but not least, it's time for me to talk about my sponsor. And that is Brandon's Service at the corner of Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road. In Flint, where the water's shit, but the tires are good. Stop in and check us out. If you need new tires, please call 810-233-8230. They are delivered within 1 to 2 business days. Talk to George or Red to get your quote. The used tires start at $45 and up, depending on size and condition. If you need a new set of tires, mention this ad. You will get $25 off your set of tires. If you need a used set of tires, mention this ad. You will get $10 off your set of tires. It's another great day of talking football. It has been a magical season. I love it. Uh, the Legion is whom. I will check you guys out if the van comes with it too. Yeah, actually, the Vikings fans have even laughed at that one. They thought it was fucking hilarious. Especially coming out of the trash talking group. You know, but where are they all at? Have we seen them? Thank you, Broski. Thank you, Jay Uso or Joey Uso. I love you guys coming in and talking football in the chat. It makes my job easier because when the news is as slow as molasses through a straw in the middle of the month we're in, which is January in Michigan when the Arctic belt winds hit, we need help. Oh, I said the same thing when I watched that, and the difference was Anzalone. Everybody says Aline would be the big difference maker. The difference was Anzalone. And if you go back and look, the first game that Aline missed, Anzalone went out of early, and our defense kind of had a bad red zone game. And I think that was versus the Seahawks in week 4. Yeah, Hokey Doo was here. It was great. Joey Uso, we're our own reporters. Yes, Anzo. But just remember, that's the link to my writing, and I'm getting ready to finish the review of this last game. I think I'm going to call it Legion of Whom gets a boost over the Vikings. No, I got to say Vikings. I got to be nice. I forgot. It's actually going into print. And then I'm going to start looking forward to. I'm actually going to get into the free agency thing because now we're getting there. I want to see who's going to be free agency from everybody else. But until the team resigning period, which is the first 2 weeks of free agency, it really doesn't matter. 'Cause you don't know who's getting re-signed. You don't know who's getting. The only thing you might know is after the Super Bowl, there's a bunch of the cuts of the people that nobody wants on their team. All the practice squad players, the back end of the roster players, those all get cut. And the cap casualties. Politics. No, thank you. I don't do the politics thing. I'm strictly a let's talk football guy. Oh, I think both of them should be off the air. Um, I think Skip Bayless should have been off the air 10 years ago. He's awful and opinionated, racist prick. I think Joy Taylor is only on because her brother Jason was a great football player and she's got big tits. That's just me. Joy Taylor's there, and when she's on, I'd rather mute the TV and just watch her talk because she always laughs and everything shakes. I think I put that pretty much into my perspective of where I'm at on Joy Taylor. And you're perfectly fine to ask off-topic things on a slow news day, Henry Gray. I'm one of those guys that'll address it. Joy Uso, Skip is so annoying. But if Skip did what she's accusing him of, he should never have a job in broadcasting again. Hell, Michael Irwin, for what he did, shouldn't have a job again. But some people just always land on their feet, never get in trouble, never get the long arm of the law on them. And that in every walk of life where somebody's more. I believe he's either coaching or he was just there as a part of the alumni Moonstar Blade. I'd have to look it up. I know Xavier Restrepo. Yeah, go look up Skip and Joy Taylor. But I want to thank everybody for joining in. Tune in tomorrow when I come in at noon. But don't forget to tune in tonight because Joey Uso, as an Eagles fan, I'm going to try to get some more of these playoff team guys in here and try to make it a more well-rounded show so we can actually have a debate about playoffs. We'll probably have Ken Catalone. All right. Thank you, Uncle Jimmy. And as I always say as I end my shows, try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. Much love to everybody in the chat. I'm going to get busy finishing my review because I want to get it out there before next week. But have a blessed day, everybody.